Thank you. Under Committee Rule 9, we will now question the witness under the 5-minute rule. I ask members to keep your questions succinct so the witness has time to answer within your 5-minute allotment. And I want to respond briefly to the ranking member's comments about the department responding in a timely fashion. It is really clear that our standards on what is a timely response is very different from the ranking member's standard on what's a timely response. Also, our standards for what composes a complete response is very different from what the ranking member believes is a complete response. We got 19 hours before this committee hearing a tranche of material we had asked for months ago. We got it last night. I'd also like to provide notice to the ranking member that I intend to serve a subpoena to the acting secretary if we do not receive by May 6th the department's return to office plan, which the White House Chief of Staff instructed each agency to prepare and submit by January 26th. You don't even follow your own lax requests by your own Chief of Staff. And this committee requested on March 6th. I now recognize the ranking member. Where are they? Yep. Thank you. Acting Secretary, after months of committee oversight, the Central States Pension Fund returned $127 million in taxpayer money it accepted when the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation paid it to fund dead Teamsters pensions. As Acting Secretary of Labor, you're the chair of the PBGC board. This allowed DOL to be involved in PBGC's decision-making. What role did you and DOL play in PBGC's original outrageous decision not to attempt to recover these overpayments?
There was never a point where there was not an attempt to recover the payments. Basically, let me just state 4 points. The first is that there were no monies paid to anybody who shouldn't have received it. The second is that, as you know, I think the money has been returned. The third point is that the PBGC has taken steps to make sure that all of the records that are submitted.
But you're not telling me what role you played.
So what we've played is, this is a little bit technical, so bear with me for a moment. When the money goes to the central states, the central states have a fiduciary duty over that funds. The Department of Labor issued analysis that allowed.
We're not interested in the processes that went on. We want to know, and I'll submit this as a question, and you'll need to answer specifically what you did in terms of getting back taxpayer dollars.
Well, but I can answer that. We submitted.
No, I have other questions I'd like to ask now. In September and again in November, Chairman Good and I wrote to you expressing concerns about the Employee Benefits Security Administration's failure to conduct its investigations in a timely manner. The department's responses did not provide full answers to our questions. Therefore, I'm asking you here and now, can you tell the committee how old EBSA's investigations are?
Well, our investigations, the timeline depends on the complexity of the cases. There's not a statutory timeline based in the reality that some cases are much simpler than others. Some cases involve there's much larger plans.
So I understand that, but you're the supervisor. So what have you done personally to ensure that they're closed in a timely manner? All of our offices have to deal with this kind of thing where do you step in to see this is long enough, let's get this settled?
Well, one of the things that you're highlighting, Chairwoman, is the importance of our budget request. One of the challenges we have is that we have far more cases.
Sorry.
And we need
as long as
investigators
people are only coming in 5 days and 2 weeks, that isn't going to fly with me. Bring people back into the office. Then you could come and talk to us about more money. People aren't working. So I want to know, will you commit to providing the aging reports on every outstanding EBSA investigation on a monthly basis? We want to know where you are. We have our oversight responsibility. We need to know where you are with these aging reports.
I mean, Chairwoman, I just want to, as the ranking member said, I want to note that we have responded to oversight letters, and I do take your oversight responsibility very seriously. You've mentioned that you also want to make sure that we are responding to acknowledge when we get requests. My team does do that. It's very common for us to respond within minutes or hours of getting a request.
What you're sending doesn't answer our questions. Let me go on to another question. I understand you're interested in expanding apprenticeships, and I want to remind you that apprenticeships do not exist without employers willing to participate. The department's nearly 800-page proposed regulatory overhaul of the registered apprentice system is chock full of new mandates on employers. Can you name a single burden or existing requirement on apprenticeship sponsors that you remove in the proposed rule?
Well, one of the things that the proposed rule seeks to do, Chairwoman, is align high school programs and CTE better with apprenticeship programs, because we are seeing both a demand for workers and a desire among young people and a need to open up opportunities for more young people. So that's one of the goals.
I want to be a good role model, so I'm going to end my questioning. I will send you a specific question on that and give you a chance to give me a specific response. I now recognize Mr. Sablon.